I was thinking outside the box, thinking outside the box. We got brothers gonna stay at the top. Yeah, we gonna stay at the top. Let me know if you're ready or not. If I come to get ready or not. Got it out the mud, you ready to play.
All right, now we recording. All right, yeah, we lit. Yeah, so here we go. Welcome back to another episode, man, of Outside the Box podcast. I know we ain't get one done in a minute, but things been a little rocky, so try and get it back now. My other two hosts not here today. They had something going on, but I'm here and I got my guest with me, Mr. Take Care New York himself.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate you for doing the episode, man. You know, I got to represent. Shout out, Take Care, man.
We had to get this done.
Y'all missed out on these shirts. Y'all missed out on these. Y'all lost.
Yeah, it is though. It'll come back though. Sometime.
If it come back, it gotta be more because these are the classic. First ones is always the classic. First one's always the classic. Man. So I mean, tell people a little bit about yourself, man. Tell us about for me where Take Care New York started, how we got started for me.
So for the most part, because I'm not gonna lie, right now I'm in like a little transitional period. Mm-hmm. We had talked about that a little while ago. But right now, things are a little bit different. But where Take Care New York started is, a kid working at Foot Locker. Of course, now you're a sales associate there, getting into sneakers, you kind of fall in love with sneakers, and boom, you see a need for somebody to clean and fix sneakers. You see that need, so that need is, eventually filled. I start my own cleaning, restoration, and customization business for this brand because, I felt like, who wants to clean their shoes anymore? Who has the time, or who wants to mess up $1,000 pair of shoes?
That's a fact.
For me,
that's a fact.
That's tough. You see, so it's me doing it for you. It's me handling those things for you. Fulfilling somebody's ideas, helping them come to life as far as customizing something. They want to get a message across, or they have something that they feel like is dope that they want to do on a shoe. That's where customization comes in, and restoration is just when shoes just is really having a hard time. When we really gotta fix something.
You gotta bring it back to life. It's on the death day. You gotta get it back. You gotta get it back.
That's a fact. That all started in, I want to say 2015 is when I first started buying supplies to start doing this. And I wasn't nowhere near, as decent as I am now in doing those things back then, but it all had to start somewhere. So cleaning had to start somewhere. Restoring, I had to teach myself how to re-glue these shoes, how to deoxidize them, how to repaint them. And there's been trials and tribulations and mess ups along the way, but thankfully, people were allowing me to learn and grow with them as they were, going through the process with me, just trying to get these things fixed and finished. And 7 years later in 2021, 6 to 7 years later.
That's dedication and consistency right there. Going on 7. Got that. A lot of people that gave up in the beginning when things was getting a little rocky, like you said. I mean,
that's a fact.
To talk about it, man. Talk about starting up the business. You feel me? What was some of the hardships you went through and how you overcame those starting it up? You feel me? Starting certain people doubt, they had their doubts or whatever, but you nah, I ain't with that doubt. I'm doing this for me. I gotta build my own brand. Feel me?
Yeah, I think that starts when I start to have doubts with what most people would believe in, which was working for somebody else.
Okay.
I started to have doubts in that, and it's all right, well, I'm working for this person, but I always don't seem too sure, and I still got to go to class because I'm in school at this time. I'm business administration. I'm 4 years into an associate's, which is crazy.
Before we even go further on that, talk about that though. How was that juggling classes with trying to start your own brand? Cause I know that can be tough. Classes already that's yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, so classes is definitely tough because I was just working at Foot Locker for the first year, trying to, get used to working a job, waking up at whatever time I got to go to work or whatever time I got to go to class and then get to work after class. It's trying to figure that out and really juggle, like you said, juggle that is tough. that's something to get used to, especially just being an athlete, like somebody who's coming from just being a student athlete. All you gotta do is go to school, go to practice, and go back home, do work, whatever
that's
the case
sweet
is.
life. The sweet.
Yeah, that was light. And then you actually got to start taking classes and really just focusing on that. And then, oh yeah, after you tired of being in class all day, now you got to go to work and, you know, be some type of proficient enough to, you know, make yourself a little paycheck to get back and forth the next day. So it's like, you know, that's tough in itself. And then, you know, I just said, dang, I need a little bit more money because these hours is weird. Like they trying to cut hours based off of production or productivity. And, you know, my productivity isn't even being reflected properly within Foot Locker. That's why I had to leave. Like people are stealing sales, and now what they stole from you, it looks like that's what you did all day. Like, all right, you just did this amount. But in your mind, you know, like you didn't help way too many people to only have sold this much dollars. And this thing, you know, you feel me? Like this person you don't watch all day, he ain't doing more than you, but he got more sales. So you looking like, nah, I gotta get up out of here. Yeah. My paycheck not looking like how it's supposed to. And now my hours is being affected by that. So I gotta find a way. And that's where me start cleaning sneakers or doing something else on the side. That's where that comes in. That's where that starts in around 2015, especially because sometimes you got other passions, especially outside of sports. So me, like art and different things like that is something that always held me, something that always made me, you know, just kind of explore what I could do as far as like whether I'm just drawing on a regular or trying to mix in art with other things I find interesting, which is streetwear and clothing and shoes. So it's just like, all right, that had to kind of like mix into my everyday of just things that I do. If I love art this much, why not put it into other things that I love? So that's where, you know, actually cleaning and restoring and customs all tie into this business that I start. And juggling it was just, it was tough because now I had to learn how to, you know, try and stay up all night to finish something for somebody that they needed done by a particular day. Also, still got a paper to write. And then if like, you know, going to work is within that time frame of that day, then it's just like, whoa, that's a tough day.
That's one of them days. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those no sleep. You just gotta be fake like high off caffeine all day, kind of like trying to get it.
I mean, hey, sometimes it takes those type of days to hard work and dedication. That's the behind the scenes stuff that people don't really see. For me, they see the forefront, but they don't see the hard work and dedication you put in behind the scenes, and nobody looking. Countless hours of sleep, lows. For me, they don't see stuff like that.
Definitely not. Like that's something that you hold, and you know, a lot of times people will be like jealous or envious or whatever you come out with, or feel like, you know, dang, like I know I could do that. That ain't nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Little do they know all the things that you struggling with and going through just to get that result. It's like they probably wouldn't be hating if they knew all the things that you had to go through to get to where you was at.
Right about that. Wow. So talk about what made you like, as far as restorations and like customizations and stuff like that. Now, did you like, was that always your passion, or was it like, all right, this is something I could see myself getting into, and then you just dove full-fledged in it, put everything on the line for it? Or, and then my other question was, did you teach yourself how to do this, or was it like you took some classes or something like that?
So I definitely didn't, you know, see myself doing this at all. Like, because if we really go back, like what I started with in school was physical therapy.
I hold you. I thought you was about to be next football player for me. I'm like, all right, my son doing his thing.
Nah, it's tough.
Aki. I'm like, hold on, all right, you about to wild out.
It's tough. You know, transitioning from sports to like, you know, college and finding your major and finding what you want to do, especially because I went to a school where, you know, it wasn't no football team. It wasn't no real track team that I could like join or anything like that, because those are the two last things I found myself doing out of high school. But transitioning out of that, the thing I felt that would keep me close to those activities, to those sports, was physical therapy, like being around athletes, helping people get back on their feet and in rehab. So it's just like, all right, that's dope. And you make bank doing it. So it's just like, that's dope. But then I found out like I didn't have the love for the studying that went behind it. I didn't have the love for what they asking out of me just to get there. Like I ain't really I wasn't committed to that. And that's
That's a
when
whole
I
nother,
found
like,
out, like,
that's like another 4 years of school or something like that to get. You gotta have a certain
bro,
degree to be a physical therapist, be classified as a physical therapist.
yo, it's wild.
You
I
gotta
kind
know
of like,
all the bones and how they move and how.
bro,
Yeah, yeah.
trust
Nah,
me,
it's a lot. It's a
it's
lot.
it's definitely a lot. It's a lot when you ain't even know that's what it took. You just
Yeah.
walked in, you like, yeah, I want to be a physical therapist, and then you found out, you like, whoa, nah, yo, wow.
Hold up.
I
I
see
don't
why
want to do this
I
no
see
more.
why y'all get paid this much because I'm not doing this. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool. But then I kind of like took a moment, little like after that first semester in physical therapy, I took a moment. I was just like, nah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta find something that's gonna work for me. And I kind of found out, business administration, and discovering that I had a professor who he was dope. He's from where we from. He's from Queens, and he just kind of like broke it down. Like, yo, it's kind of like nothing to it to like start your own business. You just gotta find something that you love, find something that you got a passion for, and you could make money.
People always say like the hardest part about like when you're going off and branching off and doing your own thing, or when you wanna become the CEO or something, or want to start your own business. First thing, starting it. That's the hardest part.
Like legit, I would say that because you don't even know how to start most times, but you scared because you be feeling like, nah, is there money in this? Like, I don't even know if I should do this.
I feel like most people be scared on the aspect of like, when it's like, is people gonna like it? Is it gonna, is the popularity or is the clout gonna go with it? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like most people don't do it more so off the passion that they have for it. Like,
so like, and I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem with a lot of people and why they give up on a lot of things. Cause it's like, did you really have that passion for it? Because if you did, even if you're not gonna post it or even if you're not gonna promote it really, like you would still be doing it behind the scenes, like just without trying to get any kind of recognition for it. You would still be doing it for yourself. Yeah. So like that, I think that's the big part of like starting it. That's the hardest part of starting and getting into it. But that's why I feel like it was easy for me to get into it because I like sneakers. I like footwear. I like just streetwear, clothing. Not too much on the high-end designer side, but I just, like I could find myself dressing like this on a regular. And if this is going to be my apparel, this is going to be my, let's say my uniform every day, I got to make sure my uniform look decent. I got to make sure this is what I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I got to represent myself and my brand in a certain type of way where it's like, all right, at the end of the day, you're going to come to me and I'm setting an example. Like I got decent shoes on. My shoes ain't falling apart. Don't look too crazy or not like that. And I could do whatever I want as far as if I wanted to customize something for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see it. It lives through me as far as what I do in every day or what I wear.
And like your own, sharing your own personality, expressing your own, I mean.
And it's like when your business lives through like who you really are, like how you gonna stop? How you gonna stop? Like this is your lifestyle. I had to reteach myself that too recently. I had to reteach myself. I started worrying about like, yo, what's somebody else gonna think? Or like, dang, like people probably looking at me funny for like what I do every day. And like, this is my job. That's your job title. Like somebody,
I'm glad you brought that up too, because a lot of people don't do stuff for themselves. They do it for others. Like what other people think. Who gonna say what about this decision I made, rather than how is this decision gonna help me? Like how do I feel about the decision? Like,
yeah, that's a fact. People they get discouraged, and I even like for like, I'm not even gonna lie, for like a month and a half, 2 months, I got discouraged. I was starting to like stop the things that I was doing and stop the things that was building momentum for me. I was almost trying to like, front like, yeah, this ain't my lifestyle. I'm good. Like I don't know. It just like I got a little, I would say discouraged to constantly post and do the things that I was doing on the regular. And also the things that I was going through was kind of like, hindering me from doing those things too. Like I was getting a lot of work at a time. So it's like, damn, I got so much work. I'm not even too much. I don't even have enough time to post it. Like, and then I got discouraged from actually making little content for my brand and continuing to show people that this is what I do. Like I was confused one day. Somebody hit me up, was like, are you still You still clean sneakers? And I'm like, damn, man, I'm falling off. Like, I don't post it like that. Like, damn, nah, I gotta start posting it. I stop worrying about what everybody thinking and really just keep doing what's bringing me money. Like, yeah, I know I ain't seen you post in a while. You changed your little logo profile picture on Instagram. I couldn't find you. I'm like, dang, like, let me get back to what was, helping me grow and helping me make bread. And I guess I was a little discouraged by all the people I seen watching my stories and looking at me a certain type of way. And, I was probably feeling like, dang, like I should have more than this right now, or I should be doing more than this. So it was a little discouraging to constantly post and show that on a everyday, on a regular, this is my everyday life. And this is like, I haven't gotten too much further than where I was a couple months ago. So it was discouraging to constantly be posting like that. But also it's like, who's paying me? They don't pay me if they judging me. So why do I care?
That little comment or whatever ain't putting no bread in your pocket. It's like, hey, get out of here with that negativity. Like, you don't want that. You don't want that negativity. Because it's always gonna be with one negative comment, it's gonna be 3 or 4, 5 maybe positive comments from randoms, people you don't even know.
Exactly. People, and I see that. I see that a lot. And I think that's one thing that I appreciate more than anything. It's like, it be the people you really don't know, and they just be showing genuine love, just really fuck with you or whatever. And it's just like, wow, like that's love out of nowhere. Because the people that I thought might, or the people that had an idea might, you know what I'm saying? They in their own world and they doing what they got to do for themselves. And at times you'll be like, dang, why they not showing love? But you can't be too caught up in that either. You can't be too caught up in what everybody doing, because everybody ain't on the timing of, showing you love. They got to work on themselves too. That's something I had to learn for myself.
Nah, that's a fact. And I feel like that all like ties back into the point of like, when you building your brand, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for others? I mean, like, are you doing it with your passion, with your blood, sweat, and tears, or are you doing it or for somebody else commenting, telling you, oh, it's Gucci? It's like, nah, like, I know my work Gucci. Like, I know what I'm putting out is Gucci. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You got returning customers. You got people who coming out of nowhere. You getting orders from Reno, Nevada, and you got people traveling from upstate New York and bringing you work. You got people traveling from PA and bringing you work. And it's like, wow, like I did not expect that. I didn't expect it at all. But
I know those made you feel good though inside. Those was one of those. Those was like, yo, Mama, I made it.
Like I don't even want to say that, but it's just like, it's not hitting me until it really hit me. And I'm like, yo, I'm worried about what people here not doing. And I got people that's showing love from different states throughout throughout the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's how New York is. New York funny with the love, showing love sometimes.
It's funny,
take it or leave it though. It's New York. It's where we come from.
Come on, New York. What you doing? I can't really speak on it, but it's crazy.
So look, tell me about one of your favorite customs that you made, or tell me one of your favorite customs you made and one of your most difficult restorations.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had so many customs. It's tough to say like my favorite one, but I think the one that was like the most touching would have been the one that I did for Nipsey and Kobe. This was like someone who played football. This was a custom on a cleat. These are two people that he rocked with heavy. Like, I think Kobe is kind of like a mentor to anybody in almost any sport, even aside from basketball, just because his mindset is just different. He has just a dog mentality that's just
mentality.
Exactly. I didn't even want to say it, but yeah, like really, that's just he's just a dog. Like literally, he just shows you like, yo, nobody's gonna outwork him. Nobody's gonna outdo him in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like a lot of people could learn and take from that. So for this person, him being a football player, I think he kind of loved that. Like he loved the idea of that, and probably found him to be like I don't want to say mentor, but just somebody to look up to within sports, period.
I'm sorry, my fault. I mean to cut you off, but was that his idea to bring to you, or was it like he gave you free creative like ring on it? Like
definitely was his idea. He wanted these two people on cleats, and I'm like, this is gonna be tough, but I think I could do it. this is gonna be tough. This is something that I have not done before, but I think I could do it. And Nipsey is, I think, somebody that everybody found love for, even if you wasn't, even if you didn't know about Nipsey, you know, before his death, after his death, watching any videos and any content that you could find on the internet and listening to his music, you just have like too much appreciation for that man. And
gotta respect it.
And anything that he just, you know, brought to life via words and spoke, it's just like, dang, like how, why would anybody take this person, you know, off the face of the earth? But it's somebody that I feel like everybody could learn from and really take as like a legit mentor, even though somebody like as a like who you would speak on as a mentor, maybe you would think they would have more money or more status, but Nipsey was like the hood's like mentor, like just the people's mentor.
He stood on it.
Yeah, legit. So it's like
in peace to both legends too, Kobe and
that's a fact. That's a fact. And I think that, you know, that touched me in a way because it was just like taking the time to really pay attention to what I'm putting on these cleats and into that project was just, it was just like a whole little like a moment of growth because the whole Nipsey piece I had to hand paint and then pretty much hand painted everything else that was on that side of the cleat. And then a lot of the Kobe stuff, it was some hand painted, a lot of stencils, but just trying to make sure I put together a finished product that this person will love. Cause also it was for his birthday, but his girlfriend brought the idea to me. His girlfriend brought the idea and was like, hey, he loves these two people. Like we want to put them on cleats. He don't know nothing about it. Please don't tell him nothing about it.
What was his reaction when you got him?
Like he was hyped. There was mad videos they tagged me and he was just, I think he was also surprised that she like kind of went around him and found me, found all of like me through all this other stuff that I did for him. And he was just like surprised that she even got this whole thing going, which was dope to me because to see his reaction like on his birthday, he was just like, oh, because I was fake, like I fake blocked him on everything so he could not see me posting little pictures and all the stuff like that I was doing, like progress. I didn't want him to see none of it. So I blocked him and he was probably like wondering like, yo, why he not answering or why he not? But that's why, because I had to fake like, kind of like not show him what was going on behind the scenes as I was updating everybody else with, you know, me hand painting stuff and me going through the process of creating those cleats. And I'm not gonna lie, restoration that the hardest restoration I've done.
One that had you like, damn, like this shit might not make it. One of those that's like, yo, I don't know, like this shit, this sneaker might be, you might want to just throw this out, bro.
Yes.
But then you actually you overcame it and like you came back next day, like, yo, listen, clear head, like, yo, listen, this getting done.
I think that with restorations, the toughest thing might be like actually, you know, doing any kind of swap from one shoot to another. And I've done a few. I'm not the person that's done like the most because not everybody comes to you with these things. There's only people that really love a shoe and want to save a shoe that like, and that's very far and few and far in between. But those people will really like probably the biggest sneakerheads that you know, because they love this shoe so much they don't want to even go try and buy a new pair. They got whatever memories. They got whatever memory they have with that shoe. They want to hold on to it and preserve that shoe. So it's like, yo, I'm working with you. What I need to go buy? I need to go buy a donut from eBay. And I'm like, yeah, buy this size. Cool. We go buy the donut. I'm separating shoes. Matter of fact, I got it right here. I got still the old midsoles and everything, like old sneaker, the shoe that we used to swap his shoe. Actually, like right here, just sitting here. I don't know if I may need it in the future or whatever, but that's something that I did for somebody who loved this pair of Great Fives, and we got a midsole swap for him, and yeah, I guess it's going well. He ain't hit me back up about it, so I guess it's holding it down.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that people actually going through, like, you would never think people like with this sneaker. I be telling people like this sneaker stuff is like a whole different world. Like,
bro, like trust me, it's a whole. I got old midsoles just. Like people love their shoes. These people will go through whatever it is to fix their shoes, and you know, as much as because the thing that was discouraging me is like, you know, people probably as I'm getting older, and as we all getting older, people probably be like, "Damn, you still like sneakers? Like you still into sneakers?" Probably trying to belittle it, but it's life for a lot of people. It's something that people love, and they go through whatever it takes to have something that fulfills them. For some people, it's cars. For some people, it's jewelry. For other people, it's clothing and sneakers.
It's all about what their passion is.
Yeah, like that's why I wouldn't belittle nobody or try and like look down on somebody for whatever they into. I don't care if you into Pokemon cards still, bro. Like if it because I find interest in things that people are passionate about, you start to be like, damn, why am I not that passionate about? Like, what do you find so interesting about this? A Pokemon card? But yeah, people be into it. That's their childhood or that's whatever kind of nostalgia that it brings back to them. People love trading cards and sports. So it's just like, dang, whatever holds you that much and you that passionate in, I don't blame you for whatever you spend or whatever you know, however much time you put into it.
No, respectfully. All right, man. Before we get out of here, man, every guest on this show gotta answer that one question. What was your outside the box moment? Meaning, what was that moment where that light bulb clicked where it's like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. Like this is what I want to do. For me, like this is my passion. I could see myself doing this. You says going on 7 years, that's a long time. That's consistency and hard work. I done seen a lot of customized people, well, not customized people, but people that do like what you do, restorations, customized, even not down to the clothing. Like I done seen people start it couple months, couple weeks even, and then it's like, I don't want to do it. You 7 years in, like that's hard work and dedication and consistency at that.
You wanna know what's crazy is like I would say that moment happened recently. It wasn't even back then. Like back then, I was just doing it because I just had a love for it. That's it. But the moment where I felt like this is something that I'm gonna have to really make something of it. I was doing it before and I was making money and didn't know how much or what I could do as far as making money with it. But it just happened recently. Like 2019, I lost my job at ASICS. They were closing that location, and they gave us a severance package. They told us like, yo, you could sign the severance package, take this money, and you could also later reapply, and you go through the interview process all over again. More times than not, you'll be considered, of course, before anybody else because you have experience selling and experience with the company. But that was around the same time that I needed to graduate from school too. So it's like, I'm gonna reapply and then be doing what? Like working 2 days.
Then what?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be working 2 days, probably on the weekend, traveling from Queens to Manhattan to go and work there because I got to do an internship to graduate. I'm supposed to be graduating in June, which happened. My graduation fell on my birthday. It fell on my birthday, June 16th, June 13th. I'm tripping. June 13th of 2019. And it's just like, this is January 4th. They hit us with this severance package and they're like, yo, yeah, like this location is closing down. So this is how much money we're going to give you. And
warning or nothing.
Like we knew it was closing down. We knew something was going on, but it's just like, you're just waiting for the news, basically. You waiting for them to really come out and say, hey, this is how, this is what's going on. Just really give you the whole rundown. So it's like, all right, we just waiting. But they opened up a new location. It was closing hours. I guess it was too expensive and it wasn't, enough profit being made to hold that location open. And it was just like, all right, you guys can either reapply or just take this money and just go, pretty much. And then that's what I found myself doing because I knew I had to complete my internship for my graduation, which was at the Radisson JFK. I was in the accounting department for like, I don't even know how many weeks, probably like 5-6 weeks or something like that. And just going through that, like I'm in at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sometimes they let us go a little early, but 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm in an accounting office just helping them with accounts receivable and anything else as far as like making sure all these numbers is in the right place. As much as what they trusted me with too. But it's just like, I don't have no time to continue to work at ASICS. I have to make money for myself some way, somehow. I'm taking Ubers. I'm not driving, so I'm taking Ubers back and forth to that hotel, and still got to find a way to eat because I'm not asking my parents for nothing. I'm making sure I'm gonna make sure as far as everything goes, my expenses is gonna be taken care of for me. All the little things that I got to take care of is gonna be done by me. So I didn't have no other job, but what I was doing on the side was what just became clear to me. Like, this has to make me money. At that moment, I knew like it's all or nothing for this. If I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna do it now. So that, like, after losing my job and taking that severance check, which just went straight to basically Ubers and making sure I could eat during the day there, it's just like, now how I'm gonna put money in my pocket? It gotta be this hustle. This hustle has to become my job, my life. And that's what it became for me. It became something that I could kind of like live, breathe, sleep, eat, do this like this. It's gonna be restoring, cleaning, and customizing footwear for as long as it has to be.
And most importantly, you your own boss. Do what you gotta do, feel me?
I could cut my hours if I want and not complain. I could get whatever I make at the end of the week and look at it and be like, well, I know why I made that. Not have to question what somebody else is trying to determine what my paycheck is gonna be. Like, I
feel like that's the best way to have it. Oh, wow.
Honestly, I can't complain.
Nah, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie. I like that one. All right, bro. Thanks for being a host, man. I mean, yeah, thanks for being a guest on my podcast, man. I ain't get one in a minute, but I'm glad it was you to come back strong with this episode, man. You got a lot of good gems you dropped throughout the episode. I'm sure a lot of people go and follow and take heed as to what you said and some of the stuff you was talking about as far as like passion and love for building your own brand. And just, I'm like, you know how they say there's other people going through what you're going through, but you would never know. So it's like, I'm sure it's gonna help out a couple people and whatnot. But I
think that's probably like the most important thing. That's why I'm like open to just speaking on all the things that I go through and what people might be unsure about, because your teacher would say that. Your teacher would be like, yo, no question is a stupid question, because there's gonna be somebody else probably not willing to say it, but got the same question as you, or going through the same thing as you. So it's dope to be able to just share whatever experience I go through, good or bad, just to try and help inspire and push somebody through the tough times, or even towards more good times that they might want to get to or go through, or whatever the case is.
Yeah, and I seen that the last custom you posted. That was tough. That was tough. That was tough. I'm gonna put that custom in here too at the end. I'm gonna put a little clip of that.
To be honest, that was from my client that's out in Reno, Nevada. I got to send those out to her along with another pair that I'm finishing up right now. So
you know what I'm saying? It be the people far away that you like yo, that's love. Like, yo, go look at
like off the hip, she don't know me from nowhere. She just sent
nowhere, a hole in the wall. She just like, yo, listen, I need this done. You the guy that could do it. Let's go.
Exactly. Sent bread. I'm like, oh, all right, I got you. I got you.
She had you confused.
Sure
like, hold on.
Like you ain't gonna ask no more questions. But I got you.
All right, bro. Yo, I wish you much luck, much more positivity. I hope everything that you wish for with your brand and everything that all your hard work and dedication, everything that you want to happen with your future endeavors, I hope all that goes well for you, bro. I'm rooting for you. As you see, I got to take care. I just came from the restoration. Restoration cleaning. I mean, 11, boy got me right. Ain't gonna front. Got my 11s back. I needed those. But all right, bro. Good looking, man. We're gonna get out of here.
Appreciate you. Take care.